like the whole premise of this.
Yes, it's a little bit of a switch up, a total energy change.
In a world where the spotlight is as fleeting as a trending hashtag and fame evaporates faster than a viral tweet, Cassie Ventura has not only survived but evolved into a symbol of transformation, resilience, and understated power. Once known predominantly for her ethereal 2006 hit Me and You, Cassie's trajectory has been anything but typical. Her journey is riddled with industry pressures, private battles, and a media-fueled relationship that became a cautionary tale in celebrity culture. But Cassie didn't fade into the background. Instead, she resurfaced with grace, reclaiming her narrative and redefining her public image. As whispers turned into headlines and speculation into legal documentation, Cassie found herself not just at the center of a cultural reckoning, but at the helm of her own rebirth. This isn't just another story about a pop star who disappeared. It's a revelation about how a woman in an industry built to exploit rose from controlled silence to a life of independence, luxury, and influence. With a $15 million net worth, a growing family, stunning homes, and a testimony that shook one of music's biggest icons, Cassie has proven that true power lies in quiet strength, calculated moves, and the courage to start over. Behind her serene Instagram photos and minimalist fashion lies a story of perseverance that begins in a small Connecticut town and winds through Hollywood boardrooms, courtrooms, and mansions. This is the Cassie Ventura story, unfiltered, unbroken, and unapologetic. Cassie Ventura was born as Cassandra Elizabeth Ventura on August 26, 1986, in the unassuming coastal town of New London, Connecticut, a place far removed from the glamour and chaos of the entertainment world she would one day inhabit. Raised in a culturally rich household with a Filipino father and a mother of African American, Mexican, and West Indian descent, Cassie's identity was a kaleidoscope of cultures that would ultimately shape her style, her music, and her worldview. Life in New London was not easy. Her family lived modestly, grounded in hard work and deep familial bonds. Her parents toiled in blue-collar jobs to ensure that Cassie and her siblings had opportunities they themselves never dreamed of. Despite their financial limitations, the household was a sanctuary of support and encouragement. From a young age, Cassie gravitated toward the arts, a calling that became more than a passion. It became an escape and a roadmap. By age 14, she was modeling for local catalogs, and soon after, national campaigns like Delia's and 17 magazine followed. However, her path was not without friction. The modeling industry, dominated by narrow beauty ideals, often left Cassie feeling out of place. Her multicultural appearance, while striking, was frequently categorized as too ambiguous, too different. At the Williams School, she juggled academics with performing arts and modeling gigs, forging resilience with every audition, every rejection. Her mother, Regina, was her anchor, constantly reminding her that her heritage wasn't a hindrance but a hidden superpower. This deeply rooted understanding of identity and pride became Cassie's armor as she stepped into more competitive arenas, ultimately shaping a public persona grounded in authenticity and quiet defiance. It was in these formative years, far from the red carpets and flashing cameras, that Cassie cultivated the grace, grit, and determination that would one day make her not just a star but a survivor. After high school, Cassie Ventura made a decision that would forever alter the course of her life. She left her small-town roots behind and plunged headfirst into the bustling chaos of New York City. It was a city that chewed up and spit out dreamers daily, but Cassie arrived with a quiet resolve and a determination forged through years of rejection and resilience. Enrolling at the Broadway Dance Center, she refined her movements, learning the art of expression through motion while maintaining her modeling career with Wilhelmina Models. It was during a night out in Manhattan's vibrant nightlife scene in 2004 that her destiny shifted. Record producer Ryan Leslie spotted Cassie's unique energy and vocal potential. Their creative chemistry was instant. Together they recorded a demo called Kiss Me, which quickly caught the attention of industry giant Tommy Motola. This led to a management deal and a formal signing with Leslie's Next Selection lifestyle group. The real breakthrough came in 2005 with Me and You, a sultry minimalist R&B track that catapulted her into the mainstream. Released in 2006, the single soared to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and dominated the R&B hip-hop charts. The song's viral success transformed Cassie overnight into a pop culture phenomenon. Diddy, ever the industry opportunist, partnered with Leslie to sign Cassie to Bad Boy Records. Her debut album followed, peaking at number 4 on the Billboard 200 and selling over 321,000 units in the US alone. But with the spotlight came scrutiny. Her televised performances were panned for lack of experience, and media outlets fixated on her perceived shortcomings. Still, Diddy defended her, emphasizing her raw, untapped potential. As critics debated her staying power, Cassie quietly continued to record, collaborate, and evolve. That chapter of her life, marked by quick fame and critical resistance, laid bare the double standards of the industry and introduced the world to a new kind of artist, one who wasn't afraid to be a work in progress under the harshest lights. Cassie Ventura's early musical success may have been meteoric, but the same industry that once celebrated her was quick to critique, and the backlash over her initial live performances introduced her to the darker side of fame. Critics labeled her appearances on major platforms like TRL and 106 & Park as underwhelming, using clips to question her vocal ability and stage presence. These reviews were brutal, especially for a young artist still finding her footing. The pressure could have shattered many, but Cassie chose resilience over retreat. Supported by Diddy, who remained steadfast in her corner, she released singles like Official Girl featuring Lil Wayne, Must Be Love with Diddy, and Let's Get Crazy alongside Akon, each song an attempt to redefine her musical narrative. While these tracks kept her name in rotation, it was clear that the industry had prematurely written her off. Refusing to be boxed in, Cassie expanded her creative horizons. In 2012, her single King of Hearts won Best R&B Video at the MVPA Awards, signaling a stylistic evolution. A year later, her mixtape Rockabye Baby was named Best Mixtape of the Year by Dazed magazine, praised for its gritty production and fearless lyrical content. This period marked a turning point. Cassie was no longer chasing industry approval, she was crafting her identity. She ventured into acting, landing roles in Step Up to the Streets and later in films like The Perfect Match and Honey 3, where she further showcased her versatility. Simultaneously, her modeling career blossomed, with campaigns for Calvin Klein, ASOS, and Forever 21 affirming her as a fashion tastemaker. In 2017, she earned the Toyota Bold Award for Beauty Bombshell of the Year. Between 2007 and 2010, she reportedly made over $1.6 million, not from album sales alone but from endorsements and modeling work. Through calculated reinvention and a refusal to be defined by a single moment, Cassie transformed from a scrutinized pop act into a multi-dimensional artist, fashion icon, and empowered woman rewriting her own legacy. Cassie Ventura's journey from pop star to fashion muse and screen actress wasn't merely a detour, it was a strategic reinvention and a quiet rebellion against the narrow lanes women are often forced into within the entertainment industry. When the world tried to reduce her to a one-hit wonder, Cassie responded not with noise but with movement, branching out into acting and modeling with a grace that disarmed critics and built a new layer to her identity. Her acting debut came in 2008 with the dance-centric film Step Up to the Streets, where she played Sophie Donovan, introducing a side of her that audiences hadn't seen: athletic, confident, and undeniably captivating on screen. Though the film leaned heavily into dance and didn't require Oscar-caliber performance, it did the job of expanding her reach and proving that Cassie could command attention beyond the studio booth. From there, roles in romantic comedies like The Perfect Match and Honey 3 Dare to Dance followed, each allowing her to fuse music, dance, and character work into something uniquely hers. Meanwhile, her modeling career was skyrocketing. With angular features, a piercing stare, and that now iconic buzz cut, Cassie became an unexpected darling of the fashion industry. She fronted campaigns for Calvin Klein, Forever 21, and ASOS, effortlessly moving from girl next door to avant-garde. Her look was both commercial and high fashion, allowing her to break into diverse markets and become a muse for a new generation of designers. She didn't just wear clothes, she embodied them. At a time when social media began defining celebrity influence, Cassie used Instagram not as a billboard but as a gallery, curating a minimalist yet powerful aesthetic that fans rushed to emulate. Her beauty wasn't just in her symmetry, it was in her restraint, her silence, her confident presence. She became a style icon not by shouting her tastes but by living them, earning nods from industry veterans and topping style blogs without effort. Her recognition wasn't limited to the red carpet either. Cassie received nominations from the NRJ Music Awards and the MVPA Awards, and in 2017 she took home the Toyota Bold Award for Beauty Bombshell of the Year, cementing her status as both artist and influencer. Her brand became one of subtle defiance. She didn't need a chart-topping album or blockbuster hit to stay relevant. Her mere presence, effortless, enigmatic, and authentic, was enough to keep her in the conversation. Cassie's post-music career was more than survival. It was a masterclass in evolution, where adaptability met artistry and style became synonymous with substance. In an industry that thrives on reinvention, she didn't chase a new version of herself, she quietly became it. Cassie Ventura's portfolio of real estate is not only a testament to her wealth and taste, but also a reflection of the layered dimensions of her personal journey, each home standing as a physical manifestation of a new chapter in her life, from tranquility to triumph. Her crown jewel is the $8 million Coastal Haven estate in Ventura, California, a breathtaking 5,000-square-foot architectural marvel that blends glass, stone, and wood into a seamless ode to modern luxury. Nestled along the Pacific coast, the estate offers sweeping ocean views from every room thanks to its expansive floor-to-ceiling windows and open-plan design. The entrance sets the tone with a soaring grand foyer that flows into a sun-drenched living area framed by elegant fixtures and warm neutral tones. The living space is built for both quiet reflection and high-profile entertaining, featuring a full wet bar and several curated lounge areas. A chef's kitchen anchors the home with professional-grade appliances, double ovens, and an island large enough to host a team of caterers or an intimate family breakfast. The formal dining room is accentuated with soft lighting and statement art pieces, creating an ambiance where sophistication meets comfort. The master suite is a sanctuary within a sanctuary, boasting a king-sized layout, custom walk-in closet, and an ensuite bathroom that rivals the best spas, complete with dual rain showers, a soaking tub, and imported marble finishes. Down the hall, a state-of-the-art media room equipped with theater seating and immersive surround sound turns movie night into a cinematic event, while a full-scale home gym rivals private fitness clubs. Outdoor living is elevated by an infinity pool that blends into the horizon, a built-in outdoor kitchen and BBQ setup, a gas fire pit, and a standalone guest house with its own amenities, ideal for long-term guests or a private studio space. Meanwhile, her $5.5 million hillside retreat in Beverly Hills offers 4,200 square feet of elevated urban seclusion. Perched above the city, it boasts high ceilings, sweeping views, and a layout focused on flow and privacy. Its minimalist interiors, wellness-oriented design, and lush back patio with a heated pool and grill zone make it ideal for rejuvenation after media storms or court trials. Then there's her Malibu gem, a $3.2 million coastal cottage that might be her most intimate property. Though smaller in size at 3,000 square feet, this beachfront oasis captures the cozy elegance of Cassie's softer side. Think soft linens, driftwood textures, and a breakfast nook that opens to a flower-laced patio. The cottage includes a fully equipped modern kitchen, a plush media room, and a personal hot tub overlooking the Pacific. Each of these properties doesn't just serve a function, they tell a story. A story of peace after chaos, of reclaiming space, and of surrounding oneself with beauty, security, and freedom. In every corner of these homes, from the bespoke interiors to the curated landscapes, Cassie has crafted environments where she can raise her family, recover from public storms, and quietly thrive. Proof that luxury isn't just about money, it's about meaning. Cassie Ventura's identity has always been synonymous with understated luxury, and nowhere is that more vividly reflected than in the carefully selected vehicles housed within her personal car collection, a garage that doesn't just sparkle with chrome and horsepower but with intention, story, and status. While she's not one to flaunt her toys on social media like many of her contemporaries, insiders and automotive enthusiasts alike have pieced together the trifecta of high-end machinery that speaks volumes about her evolving persona. At the apex of her collection is the legendary Rolls-Royce Phantom, a vehicle so synonymous with wealth and refinement that it has become more symbol than car. With a market value starting around $450,000, the Phantom is the embodiment of what it means to arrive in silence but be noticed immediately. The handcrafted details, from the Starlight headliner to the bespoke leatherwork, reflect Cassie's own approach to fame: quiet, deliberate, and steeped in luxury. It's not simply about being seen, it's about being respected, and the Phantom, with its regal silhouette and whisper-quiet engine, delivers that with every mile. Next comes the Bentley Continental GT, estimated at $250,000, a car that mirrors Cassie's duality: sleek yet powerful, soft-spoken yet unmissable. This British masterpiece offers a perfect blend of sporty dynamism and elite elegance, much like Cassie herself, who has seamlessly transitioned from singer to fashion icon to mother and mogul. The GT's engine growls with intent, its curves scream velocity, and its interior is a moving lounge of fine leather and intuitive tech, a vehicle built not just to travel but to be experienced. For Cassie, the Bentley is more than transportation. It's freedom on four wheels, a declaration of autonomy that she's earned through every personal and professional reinvention. Completing her trio is the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, retailing for approximately $120,000, which may not grab headlines but commands respect in its own right. This is the car she drives when she wants to move through the world with elegance and discretion. Outfitted with plush seating, ambient lighting, and state-of-the-art safety and entertainment systems, the S-Class offers a cocoon of calm in a world that often demands too much from public figures. It is the vehicle of the emotionally intelligent elite, efficient, luxurious, and self-assured without the need for flash. Together, these three cars form a collection that isn't defined by quantity but by quality and curation. They reflect a woman who knows exactly who she is and doesn't need to prove it. Each vehicle tells part of her story, The Phantom for her legacy, the Bentley for her independence, and the S-Class for her day-to-day strength. In an age where many equate worth with excess, Cassie's garage whispers a different kind of wealth, the kind that's earned, savored, and never wasted on showmanship. In the aftermath of a decade-long relationship that left her emotionally weathered and scrutinized by the public eye, Cassie Ventura's love story with Alex Fine emerged not as a flashy rebound, but as a quiet revolution, one that reshaped her personal life, restored her sense of peace, and became a blueprint for post-trauma healing in the glare of celebrity culture. Their romance began in 2018 under circumstances as un-Hollywood as they come. Alex, a respected celebrity fitness trainer and former collegiate athlete, was hired to help Cassie get in shape, but what started as a professional collaboration evolved into a tender, authentic connection that neither of them could ignore. Just months after their first public appearance together, Cassie confirmed the relationship with a simple yet intimate Instagram post, drawing praise from fans who immediately recognized the glow of someone finally at ease. Alex, born in 1993 and nearly a decade Cassie's junior, brought a refreshing normalcy to her world, his Midwestern roots, genuine nature, and commitment to wellness, grounding her after years of instability and high-stakes drama. In August 2019, he proposed during a horseback ride on the beach in Malibu, and just weeks later the couple married in an intimate backyard ceremony attended by 14 close family members. A far cry from the glitzy, overproduced weddings of the celebrity elite. What followed was not just a honeymoon phase, but the building of a life together, one anchored in mutual respect, shared values, and an unrelenting focus on family. The couple welcomed their first daughter, Frankie Stone Fine, in December 2019, followed by their second daughter, Sunny Cinco Fine, in March 2021, and most recently their son, born in May 2025, just days after Cassie delivered emotional testimony during a federal trial involving her ex-partner. While the couple maintains a low profile, Alex occasionally shares glimpses of their home life, family beach outings, cozy couch moments, and parenting wins that showcase a loving and deeply engaged father. What makes their relationship extraordinary is not its public image but its private strength. Alex has been Cassie's vocal supporter through her legal battles and personal transitions, using his platform to advocate for women's safety and denounce abuse, even when it meant facing backlash himself. His unwavering presence throughout Cassie's court proceedings and the birth of their son underscored a partnership rooted not in performance but in protection, empathy, and unconditional love. In a culture obsessed with spectacle, Cassie and Alex have created a sanctuary where healing is prioritized, fame is decentered, and love is measured by loyalty rather than likes. Their story isn't one of fairy tale magic, it's one of real-world resilience, where happiness is reclaimed not through headlines but through the quiet moments that make up a true life together. For more than a decade, Cassie Ventura's relationship with music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was a study in contrasts, glamorous on the outside, turbulent on the inside, and quietly whispered about by industry insiders long before the public caught on. From 2007 to 2018, Cassie and Diddy were seen at every major music event, vacationing in exotic locales and gracing magazine spreads with the kind of curated chemistry that sold records and projected power. But behind that high-gloss facade was a relationship marred by imbalance, emotional manipulation, and, as would later come to light, allegations of abuse that would shock even the most jaded observers of celebrity culture. In November 2023, Cassie filed a bombshell lawsuit accusing Diddy of years of mistreatment, claims that included coercion, physical violence, and control over her career. The case was settled in less than 24 hours, with Cassie reportedly receiving a $20 million payout, a rapid resolution that raised eyebrows and prompted widespread speculation about what was being kept from the public eye. But any illusion of closure was shattered in May 2024, when previously unseen hotel surveillance footage from 2016 emerged, showing Diddy physically attacking Cassie in a Los Angeles hallway. The video was graphic, damning, and impossible to deny, leading to an immediate public outcry, canceled brand deals, and renewed scrutiny of Diddy's power in the music industry. For Cassie, the footage became a devastating validation of her claims, a painful but powerful moment of truth. In early 2025, she took the witness stand during Diddy's federal trial, providing poised, detailed testimony about the psychological and professional damage she endured during their relationship. She explained how, despite a 10-album contract with Bad Boy Records, only one was ever released due to Diddy's control over her creative output, a revelation that reframed her career as not stalled but actively suppressed. Throughout the proceedings, Cassie maintained composure, supported both emotionally and physically by her husband Alex Fine, who was present in the courtroom and had already made public statements condemning abuse and uplifting women's voices. Cassie's courage inspired a wave of solidarity from fans, advocacy groups, and fellow artists, many of whom began re-evaluating their own silence or complicity in an industry known for protecting powerful men. Her decision to speak out transformed her from a background figure in Diddy's narrative into a protagonist of her own, a woman reclaiming not only her voice but her legacy. The legal fallout from the case continues to ripple through the entertainment world, but for Cassie, the trial marked the beginning of a new chapter, one where truth was no longer whispered in corners but declared boldly and without shame. Her stance has not only redefined how survivors in the spotlight are perceived, but has set a precedent for accountability in an industry long overdue for it. Cassie Ventura's legacy is not built solely on billboard charts, fashion campaigns, or social media aesthetics. It is defined by her unyielding grace in the face of adversity, her quiet revolution against control, and her enduring commitment to living life on her own terms. From her early days as a mixed-heritage teen navigating the modeling world to her explosive rise in the music industry with Me and You, Cassie always stood out, not because she shouted the loudest, but because she moved with a calm defiance that couldn't be ignored. In the years that followed, as her career was overshadowed by a high-profile, controlling relationship and the limitations placed on her creative output, Cassie never lost her composure. Instead, she cultivated a different kind of power, the power of patience, observation, and eventual transformation. Her decision to leave that relationship, pursue legal justice, and testify publicly in a federal trial wasn't just a personal act of courage, it was a cultural milestone that rippled across industries and demographics, redefining what it means to be a survivor in the limelight. Simultaneously, she rebuilt her life from the ground up, creating a sanctuary with husband Alex Fine and raising a family of 3 children in a home filled with love, intention, and transparency. Her real estate choices, car collection, and minimalist fashion aesthetic all mirror her inner evolution from the ornamental image crafted by others to a refined persona built by her own hand. She has used her platform not to chase attention but to direct it toward mental health, children's education, domestic safety, and cultural healing. Where others might have folded under public scrutiny, Cassie emerged sharper, more focused, and more influential than ever. Her influence on fashion remains undeniable, with countless fans emulating her sleek silhouettes, cropped hairstyles, and confident femininity. But more than that, her narrative offers a blueprint for how to evolve without explanation, how to walk away from toxicity and into purpose. With an estimated net worth of $15 million, a family that anchors her, and a legacy that now includes not only artistic contributions but meaningful social impact, Cassie Ventura stands as a rare figure in modern celebrity, one whose silence often speaks louder than words, and whose presence is a testament to surviving, thriving, and illuminating the path for others. In a culture obsessed with reinvention, Cassie didn't just switch lanes, she built her own road, and now she walks it not as someone escaping the past, but as someone who has mastered it.